Hello, hello. So I got this running now. This is what it looks like. This big old beast here. I threw up a song just to process, so we'll see how it works in the background. I'll explain real quick. So it watches this drive. If you add a file to this folder, an MP3 file, it'll download it. It's going to set some variables. Okay, so first thing it's going to do is it's going to allocate space on the Fadr service. It uses Fadr to do this. And that space is so you can upload the file. Then you upload the file. We're going to wait for it to upload. I don't know if you really need this, but I think you do. Yeah, you do. You need this. You need to sleep here. Or ideally, you wouldn't sleep. Like, really? You should just be checking, like, every few seconds. Like, is this ready yet? Is this ready yet? Is this ready yet? But I don't really know how to do that I think actually I do know how to do that. But anyways, yeah, we're just waiting. Once it's done, we hope it's done after this wait. We just verify that it got uploaded, and then we're going to assign a group to it, which is, it doesn't really mean anything. It just, because they only have one API process they do right now, which is a service of creating stems and MIDIs. So you're just naming that process, really. And then once it's up there and it's verified, you'll get from here an ID. Use that ID to actually start the process where they take the song and they chop it into MIDIs and stem. Then we're waiting for that here. It's going to do that. And just like over here, that's why you have sleeps, right? Ideally, in an ideal world, you wouldn't need sleep. You wouldn't need sleep right here. You would just be pinging and checking if it's ready. And once it's ready, you move on. That'd be much more efficient than just sitting here and sleeping and waiting. But once it's done with that process, we're going to check it and we'll get an ID for it's like a confirmation ID, we'll say. All right, so now we're going to make folders to put the stems in, and another folder for the MIDI, and then we go into our router to process each. When you finish this, you're going to get two arrays, right? One array for the stems. So you have to go through that array. You have to iterate the array, allocate the space on their server, on their Amazon server, to download those stems onto their own server. I guess move it onto their server. And then once it's on their server, you could download it. You see it's going, there's fourth one, and then fifth one it's doing. Yeah. This is for error handling, so you can disregard that. It's going to do that now for the MIDIs. I'll show you what's doing over here. Here's a stem. You'll get 5. These name conventions, I should read it random because I didn't have time to make it nicer. But one's a voice, one's drums, one's melody, one's, I don't remember. And the same with the MIDI, you'll get all the MIDI files. And I guess I'll upload an example of the output. I mean, you could look up the song if you don't know it, John Bellion's All Time Low. And then you could, once you've heard the song, you could look at the output to see what it does. Yeah, it's a quick tour. I'm just gonna give you guys this instead of like trying to teach you how to do all this. I'll give you the JSON, however you want to call it, the blueprint. I'll give you the blueprint, and then you just go to Fadr's API. Just type Fadr API, right? And just you can look at the documentation. And you don't have to know anything. It sounds like I know what I'm talking about, right? I don't. You just take the documentation, you copy it, paste it into ChatGPT and say, hey, set this up for me. And it'll, like, you could do this whole thing without knowing anything. You're just basically following what ChatGPT tells you to do. So yeah, and you should check out the Fadr app itself too. It's pretty cool. It's very fun to play with if you're into music. And that's it. Thank you. Bye.